Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Oh Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Vishwarupa Darshana, the Yoga, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, the yoga of the cosmic form of the Lord, vision of the cosmic form of the Lord. The 11th chapter we have started reading, and we have seen Arjuna requesting to Sri Krishna that I am no more satisfied with all those verbal teachings about your great splendor, about your avyayam, but I have got a desire now to see that a glorious form of yours. I have understood, whatever you have told me in the Vibhuti Yoga about your own self, yes, I accept it as it is. Evam etadya tvaṁ ātmānam parameshvara. Whatever you have spoken to me, whatever you have told me about yourself, about the glories, they are inexhaustible. You cannot explain all the glories to me, all the manifestations to me. Everything, yes, I have accepted. You have declared yourself to be so, so it is, as you have declared. But now, draṣhṭum icchámi te rūpam aishvaram purushottama, oh best among the men. Now a desire has cropped up in my mind to have a vision of that aishvarya, to have a vision of that Ishvara form, of having a vision of that imperishable, that indestructible, that the ultimate glory, that inexhaustible glory, that I have got a desire to see that. So that is what Arjuna had told in the 3rd shloka that we read last. In this 4th shloka, now Arjuna is further putting up his request, and Arjuna is saying, manyase yadi tach chhakyaṁ mayā draṣhṭumiti prabho yogeśhvara tato tvaṁ darśhayātmānam avyayam. Darśhayātmānam avyayam. This is now the desire, and Arjuna says, I am not forcing my demand on you. What Arjuna says, manyase yadi tach chhakyaṁ. That if you think, manyase, if you think it is possible, Arjuna is not forcing his demand. I want that vision, O Krishna. Arjuna is in a very humble, in a very, very lowly manner. He is just putting up his request now to Krishna that if you think it is possible, manyase yadi tat chhakyaṁ, if it is possible, if you think, yes, you can give me that vision. If you think, manyase yadi tat chhakyaṁ mayā draṣhṭum iti prabho, O Lord. Again, see, Arjuna is not addressing Krishna as Krishna or Vasudeva or Rishikesha. None of those regular terms that he uses otherwise while addressing Krishna. But since last 2 shloka we have seen, Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Parameshvara, Purushottama, and here again he addresses him as Prabho in the first line of the fourth Shloka. Prabho, oh great Lord, if you think it is possible for me to have that vision, if you think I have reached that stage that yes, now I can bear that vision, if you think it is possible, then yogeśhvara. Now see, another epithet Arjuna is addressing Sri Krishna as yogeśhvara, the Lord of Yoga. Yogeśhvara tato tvaṁ. If you think that is possible, then give it to me. What give it to me? Yogeśhvara tato tvaṁ darśhayātmānam avyayam. Then give me that vision of yourself, which is inexhaustible. Avyayam. Atmanam avyayam darshana. You give me that darshan. If you think it is possible for me to bear that vision. I see Arjuna is such a great elevated soul now. Arjuna knows that he cannot ask Krishna anything by force. If Lord wishes him to be competent to have that vision, then Lord can give. If Lord feels the child is still not competent enough to get that vision, to bear that vision, Lord will not give. So therefore Arjuna asks him that if you feel it is possible, then give me that vision, oh great Lord. If you feel it is possible for me to see it. As simple as that. Arjuna is keenly desirous, but he also knows that if Lord feels he is incompetent, Lord will not satisfy his demand. Lord will not fulfill his demand, his request, his pleading, his begging. It will just go unheard. But if Lord feels, yes, my dear child is competent enough, then he will definitely give him that splendorous vision. And therefore Arjuna says, if you, O Lord, think it possible for me to say it, O great Lord, then, O Lord of Yoga, show me your eternal form. O Lord of Yoga, show me your inexhaustible glory that you have been, you have told to me, you have spoken to me about in the Vibhuti Yoga, that your glories are inexhaustible, they are limitless. That is the thing. Let me have a small vision. If you think me to be fit to have that vision, if you think me to be competent to have that vision. Not only does yoga emanate from Ishvara, but the Ishvara is also bestower of it on worthy aspirants. Ishvara cannot bestow the grace on any of the beings just like that. That being, that aspirant has to be worthy enough. That aspirant has to be competent enough. That aspirant must have reached certain level in that on the ladder of that evolution. And only when the aspirant reaches that level, Lord fits him to be worthy. Then Lord showers all his grace, all his compassion, all his blessings. Creating, protecting, withdrawing, veiling and revealing. These are the 5 divine activities the Lord is pleased to carry on eternally. Creating, protecting, withdrawing. These 3 are the standard ones. These 3, like Lord said, the Adi, Madhya, Anta. Lord is always involved in this. But apart from this, through the Maya, Lord also has 2 more functions added to it. The veiling, hiding the things, creating illusions, creating delusions, and forgetting about the eternal aspect of the God, forgetting about the divine aspect of the Lord, coming under that veil of Maya. So putting that veil and also lifting up that veil and revealing his true nature. So apart from Adi, Madhya, Anta, this veiling and revealing also is the function of the Lord. And now Arjuna says, you have veiled me all this time, fine. Now reveal yourself to me if you feel I am competent enough. If you feel I can bear that vision. If you feel me to be worthy of having that vision, please give me that vision of your inexhaustible glories. Among these five, that is birth, sustenance, death, and the veiling and revealing. The glory of the cosmic revelation, it is that Arjuna supplicates to have a glimpse of. Now Arjuna doesn't want to remain in that veil of maya, no more veil of illusion, no more veil of ignorance. He wants Lord to remove that veil of ignorance. He wants Lord to give that complete enlightenment and have that vision of the most glorious form of the Lord in its totality, in its entirety. Nothing hidden, not just ek ansha of what Lord told this entire creation is, but one fraction of his splendors. Arjuna is now not satisfied with that one fraction, no. He says, I want 100%, that's it. The granting of spiritual is an act of grace that comes from yogeśhvara. Only the yogeśhvara, the Lord of yoga, can give that kind of vision. The Lord of yoga only can give that kind of blessing to have that ultimate vision. And Arjuna is a wonderful disciple. Arjuna has really evolved himself from the lowest rank to the highest level of the aspirant, of being an aspirant. And therefore Arjuna himself says, if you feel me to be fit, give me that vision. And now Arjuna wants nothing else. Arjuna wants no more intermediate knowledge of the Lord. Not just the words, not just the teachings, not just the imaginations or the dreamings. No, now Arjuna wants the real thing. To give prominence to personal will is not the way of bhakta. He subordinates self-will to the will of the Lord. The moment a bhakta, a devotee, an aspirant reaches certain level, then it is no more the will of the personal will that starts playing. The personal will is all gone then. It is all will of the Lord. Then the aspirant realizes whatever is happening in my life, whatever is happening to my progress, or whatever is happening with me is his will. My will, there is nothing now. Now there is no separate individual personal will, desire, need of my own. Everything is the Lord's. And therefore Arjuna says that if you deem me to be fit, manyase yadi tach chhakyaṁ, if you feel me to be fit to have that vision, then give it to me. He subordinates the self-will to the will of the Lord. Consistent with this attitude, Arjuna pleads that the vision of the cosmic form of Vishwara might be granted to him if the Lord thought he was worthy of it. Now, supposing a child who is studying in first standard, second standard, suddenly he wants to know what is the law of gravity. Even if the child might have heard somewhere what is the law of gravity, and that tiny tot goes to his kindergarten teacher and asks the teacher, what is this law of gravity? What are these this law of motion? Can you please tell me? What will the teacher say? You come to that level. You reach certain level of understanding those basics in the mathematics, in the physics. You reach certain level of understanding what is the law of gravity. You reach that level of understanding what is the law of motion, then you will understand everything. So, there are certain prerequisites to be cleared before getting the higher knowledge. In the same way, like in our physical sciences, like in our normal the system, educational system, in all other subjects, unless we clear one step, we cannot reach the next step. Whichever subject it may be, physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, zoology, and even among the arts. A small child, if starts asking about what are the dramas of Shakespeare to some English professor, Will the English professor be able to explain to that small child the concepts of the Shakespearean dramas? No way. For that, the child has to reach certain level to be able to explain, to be able to understand what is there in all those Shakespearean dramas. So, unless and until one is worthy enough, unless and until an aspirant has reached certain level, he cannot just fathom, he cannot just, even behold the vision of the great Lord. And Arjuna being a true student, Arjuna being a true aspirant, a true spiritual aspirant, having crossed over to the level of being a Shreyas, Arjuna understands this fact. Had Arjuna been in that state of prayers, going after material gains, seeking the material gains, Arjuna would have kind of forced his demand on the Lord. I want this, with that tamasic attitude. But now, Arjuna has crossed over to the phase of being Shreyas. He wants nothing but the ultimate. And he has also understood, I can have that ultimate only if I am worthy of it. So therefore, Arjuna very plainly tells Krishna that, Baba, oh prabho, oh great Lord, if you feel I am competent enough, if you feel I am worthy enough to have that vision, then, oh yogeśhvara, then, oh Lord of Yoga, then give me that vision of your darśhayātmānam avyayam, of your inexhaustible, your eternal form. Let me have a vision of it. So that is Arjuna's request, Arjuna's pleading to Sri Krishna on seeking the vision of the great Lord in its full effulgence, in its full glory, in its fullest manifestations, not just eka amsha, not just minuscule representation, no. He wants it 100% now. So that is the wonderful request Arjuna has put forth before Sri Krishna. Let us also put forth this request to Krishna, that Krishna, if you feel we to be competent enough, give us that vision. Let us have that benefit through you are giving that vision to Arjuna. Let us also have that vision. Let us also have that benefit of seeing your Vishwarupa, having that Vishwarupa darshan, having the darshan of your cosmic form, O Lord. So that is the fourth shloka of the Vishwarupa Darshana, the fourth adhyaya of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.